Hello, good morning. How y'all doing? It is your girl, Lady Mocha, and I thank you for dining in with me today at Cafe de Paris, where you know I'm always pouring you a cup of truth, and I'm always cutting you a slice of knowledge. So I thank you for stopping by once again to view one of my videos. I definitely received my first donation. I mean, it was $5. You would have thought I hit the lottery jackpot. So I mean, just the fact that people respect and honor and appreciate me to that gratitude to where they're willing to even compensate me for it. That is just so awesome. And even those of you who did not sending donations, the fact that you've been sending me emails, sharing your personal situations with me, and trusting in me to give you advice or for me to give you my opinion, that's just as valuable. Okay, so I want to give a big ups to all the donation givers as well as those who have been emailing me. I want to thank all of you who have been subscribing to me, and all of you who have actually been commenting to me with positive energy and positive feedback on my videos. So believe me, I thank every last one of you. I don't value one no more than the other. Okay, so I just definitely want to thank all of you for that. Okay, so in result of that, it was also imperative for me to do just what I told you guys I was going to do. I told you once I got my email that anybody who sent me an email that I would be responding, and I will be responding with this situation by presenting you with a video for the viewers' emails requests. So just so we all have an understanding on how my channel is going to operate with that, whenever you see in the title coffee chat, that automatically means this video is in response to a viewer who sent me a personal email. And also it may have a title with their nickname and what the subject is pertaining to, because out of respect for my viewers, whoever sends me emails, I will not say their first name, their last name, what city they're from. I understand some things are just too confidential and some things are too damn embarrassing to even want to share with the whole world. So believe me, I get it. I will respect your privacy. So as promised, like I told y'all, I've been receiving a couple of emails, so I'm going to do my first coffee chat today. I'm finally going to respond to one of my emails. Okay, so for those of you who've been sending me emails, believe me, I'm not overlooking you. It's just so many, and my thing is, I take my time, because when I get my emails, I break down everything to the lowest common denominator. I'm not just going to throw you a quick, fast answer. I'm going to break down and analyze your situation. I mean, I'm going to get boonie butt naked, okay? We're going to strip it all the way down from the panties to the bra to nothing, because I don't want nothing unanswered. That's just me. I like to hit every spot, okay? So if I'm moving kind of slow, believe me, I got you, okay? So again, I want to thank y'all for coming to tune in with me, your girl, Lady Mocha. And you know, I'm always give you my advice to the best of my ability. If I don't know the answer, I'm going to research it, okay? Either way it go, I'm going to give you a solution, all right? Okay? So we're going to go ahead and move on. My very first email today is from a gentleman by the name of Tipsy, okay? So I am going to read his email, okay? And some of y'all, I get it. When y'all send emails through Yahoo or whatever, y'all using y'all phones. And I understand it's more convenient, but at the same time, it's a pain in the butt, because you have these word predictions and stuff, so it chops off your words and stuff, or puts the wrong words in there. I mean, so if you can, I would prefer that you send me your emails through your PC, but if you could do it through your phone, I mean, so be it. Either way, I'm gonna read your email, but in order for me to really understand your situation, I need correct pronunciation and words, because Tipsy, honey, you are so lucky I am not your grammar teacher, because I would have flown you, honey. Sure would have. But I get it. Technology has got us spoiled. Technology, we just type. Technology do everything for us, but technology will screw you up at the same time. Make you put some words in that you didn't mean to say. So be careful with that, y'all. But we're gonna move that on, but don't worry, Tipsy, I got you. I understand the overall situation, even with your chopped up words. So I'm gonna read his email exactly as he has it. So y'all know y'all girl is not illiterate. I don't have pronunciation issues. I'm not lacking in reading comprehension, okay? But I'm gonna read it exactly the way he sent it to me, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and move forward. Tipsy emails goes as follows. Hello, I like your videos. So here's my I like your videos. So here's my situation. I'm a full-time father, constantly takes care of my three boys. My kids' mothers always stick with me all the time. Got a new man. Now neglects the children every chance she gets. He don't care about them. They don't do family dates, restaurant festivals, etc. None of that. I gave up custody but started getting them again. My heart won't allow me not to family from the South Virginia, but she just abandoned the kids now so much to please her man. Change eating, no more Christmas, etc. Hell, who the hell is she dating? A Jehovah's Witness? Anyway, etc. No TV like they in jail. He's some 5% or something, I don't know, but into knowledge. Got her head all screwed up. My significant other always had the kids and did family stuff. Thanks for listening. Call me Tipsy. That's my nickname. Okay, Tipsy. All right. I think I think I got the overall concept of what's going on here, okay? If I go back and forth between reading and looking at my notes, that's just how I operate. I have to do this because I have to break down this whole situation to the lowest common denominator. I don't want to miss any steps. So forgive me all if I'm going back and forth or it seems like I'm all over the place. But this is my first viewers request video. So I want to make sure I answer all of Tipsy's concerns with this email, okay? So what it sounds like to me, Tipsy, is you are full-time father of three boys. Mother was always supportive until she got this new man. Now she's neglecting the children. The man doesn't even interact with the children either. One time you had custody and then you gave it up and now you're reconsidering getting it back, okay? So there's a couple of issues we're dealing with here. Let me start off by saying you are not the first man, Tipsy, to experience this. There are many women who get a man and their children become their second priority. This is all too common, okay? Because unfortunately, in this day and age, women's choices, especially black women's choices, because of the negative perception society has given us and the type of labels, the way we've been labeled, and you know, unfortunately, we have become the target of negativity, okay? So unfortunately, that has limited a lot of choices as far as the dating game. Black women are very limited as far as being able to choose or select a companion. So what happens is when they do find someone that's willing to take a chance on them, despite all the negative perceptions and whatnot, they take it and run with it, okay? It's like a child that's not used to anything, you know? You give a child that's never had nice toys, never had nice shoes, and somebody decides to bless them and get them a brand new toy, or buy them brand new clothes and brand new shoes. Now this child is being unruly, acting like a spoiled brat because, again, they're not used to having anything. And unfortunately, there's a lot of women who do this. They've been lonely for so long, struggling for so long, went so long not having a man in their life. They finally get a man and they just go overboard. They want so badly to be in the good graces of this man that they are willing to change their whole life, even if it means sacrificing their children. And I know so many women that do this because at the end of the day, it boils down to, I want a man. I needs me a man. Mama gotta have a life too, like Jodie Mama said on the movie Baby Boy, okay? So again, she finally gets opportunity, and because she's lacked and was so long with men denying her, not being interested in her, not giving her a chance, so now that this brother comes along, whatever stipulations or rules he places for her, she's going to follow them. You know why? Because she's so desperate. Okay, she's afraid that if she does not do everything this man tells her to do, that she's going to strike out again. Okay, and the problem with that, how it ends up backfiring, is that you get some women that are so desperate and caught up in the moment of a man finally wanting them. They doing all this stuff they normally would not do. They neglecting their children. Now they acting funky with the baby daddy who they always got along with before this dude came in the picture. And now what she's not realizing is, sooner or later, her following all these demands and her converting and changing everything to accommodate him, sooner or later, it's going to make her miserable. Because when she gets past the fact, okay, I got a man, we together now. Now you stuck with this negroid. You stuck with this controlling freak, with this overbearing dude, you know, that you have allowed to change everything for you. Now you regret it. You know what I'm saying? Because sooner or later the kids get older, they get grown, they move on. She's the one that's still going to be stuck with them. And most men who are very controlling, very overbearing, they rarely ever leave their companions, because it's common sense. They get to do what the hell they want to do. They got a puppet. These abusive men, and I'm going to call them puppet masters. Okay? These puppet masters know they can pull the strings every which way they want with this weak-minded female that accepts this abuse, you know. So, of course, he's never going anywhere because, you know, he has that control. And she, on the other hand, she ain't never going anywhere because, for one, she fears him. She's afraid of him. He already done mentally abused her, physically, verbally, and even if he didn't physically abuse her, let me tell you, verbal abuse is just as bad. The fact that he tells her, you wasn't shit until I came along. You ain't had nothing. You ain't been this. You ain't been that. And over time, the more she hears it, she starts to believe it. When a person is constantly telling you dumb, you're stupid, you're not smart, it becomes programmed into the mind to the point where you really start to believe you dumb or you smart without them. So let's just to give you a better perception as to what you're up against with this type of female. That's what you're dealing with, Tipsy. She's so happy she got this man right now that she's on cloud nine, but just as soon as he bring her up, he gonna let her right back down. Okay, so right now she's in a zone. He got her in the zone. It's like taking your first hit a crack. You know, that first hit is nothing like that first hit. Your first weed, your first drink, you know, it's nothing like that first hit. Okay, so basically dude got her strong, you know what I'm saying? He done become her new crack, you know what I mean? So, you know, when people get on crack, 9 times out of 10, they don't care about nothing else. Crackheads don't care about how they mistreat people, how they take from people. A crackhead is too busy trying to accommodate that, trying to fix that high. They want that high, and they don't care who they got to step on or who they got to hurt to get that high. And that's kind of what you're dealing with. Okay, so just to let you gentlemen know, that's why if you're in a situation and a woman is totally acting different now, when she always used to be kind of a cool person, a reasonable person, now this man came along, it's because he may be a control freak. And because she's so desperate, especially if you a man and you in a relationship and you've been moved on and you've been doing good, she's been single for a long time, she not about to let you have somebody and she stay single all her life. So of course, the first man I reach on to her, she gonna go for it. It don't matter if he's abusive. It don't matter if he's going to make her neglect her children, especially if she's weak-minded and she's selfish. So unfortunately, that's what you're dealing with in this case. Okay, so that's the first thing. The next thing I wanted to point out to you is I'm looking at your email where let me see, when you talk about how you had custody. That's the part I gave up when you said he don't care about them. They don't do no family dates, restaurant festivals, talking about the new man she's with. None of that. I gave up custody, but started getting them again. My question is this: why did you have to get custody in the first place? Okay, so that lets me know if you had to get custody, there was already some underlying issues there to begin with. So my question would be with this is, why did you have to get custody in the first place? Did you have to get custody because she did this with another man before he came along, or she was not being the best mom she could be, so you had to step in? I mean, what was the reason? Or was you just trying to be a nice guy, help out? I don't know. For you to have to get custody, in the first place, there's a reason behind that. Because my thing is this: if you had to get custody, that lets me know there was an issue. So if there was already an issue before this man came along, let's just say that was the case. Let's just say there wasn't a man, but at the point in time there was some issues, and you had to get custody of the children. Now that this man is in her life, you definitely may have to get custody, because if she wasn't stepping up to the plate as a mother before this dude came in to where you had to get custody and you had to intervene. Now it's one thing, because it does happen when children get out of control, sometimes mommy's discipline don't work, it don't get effective, and sometimes when children respond they respond better to that authority, that manly authoritative type of discipline. Okay, for example, when I ride my daughter, get on her, and she's 16 years old, and I ride her and I chew her out about not doing homework and everything, she listens, but it's like it goes in one ear and it goes out the other. It's like, you mom, you just mom. But when my husband, her dad, gets in her face, oh, she knows what time it is. She knows, okay, this ain't the time to play. Daddy in the mix now. Okay, so my thing is, for you to have to come in and have to get authoritative in the first place, 9 times out of 10, now that this man is in the picture, you definitely gonna have problems with her not stepping up, because if she wasn't doing that before he got in the picture, he definitely not gonna do that now. You know what I'm saying? She's definitely gonna slack now. She's gonna be even more sorry now, because now he's in the way. Okay, so that's another issue, the fact that you had to get custody. That's a concern for me, because that means there was already a prior issue. So now that this man is in the picture, it's just going to enhance the issues you already had prior before he got in the picture. Okay, so you saying now she neglects. Basically, if she's now neglecting Tipsy, she's been neglected, because it's not no all of a suddenly, and I could tell she's been neglected because you already said you had to get custody before. So now that this man, you saying she's neglectful, she become neglectful in the sense to where now she has even changed her own self just to accommodate this man. So in consequence of her changing her ways, or her, like you say, she don't do Christmas no more, they don't watch no TV, she done changed her whole lifestyle to accommodate his, of course it's going to affect the children, because she's changing the routine that you and her have always had. So of course they are going to get affected, you know what I'm saying, by her changes. And unfortunately, men, a lot of, this comes with the territory when a mother and when it comes to two parents no longer being together. This comes with the territory. Just like she has to accept the fact that this new woman is going to be in your life. Your wife is there, or whoever you dealing with. She just don't get to call the shots 100%. Not only she got to answer to you, but you got to answer to the wife or the woman you with. It's like a domino effect. That goes the same way. Okay, if the mother of your child gets in a relationship with another guy, he's overbearing, he's over controlling. You may have an opinion, but you really don't have no control over how that man operates, with your children on her end. Okay, now this is not to say that if this man is just outrageous and he's putting his hands on your child or your children coming to you on the weekend, daddy, he's being mean to me, he putting his hands on me, then you may understand as a man, I understand as a parent, you're not going to sit up there and allow somebody to hurt your children. But just keep in mind, certain things we just ain't got no control over. Like, she can't run your house with your new woman. I mean, and that's the price that comes along with being a blended family. There's so many people that are involved. Nobody can't do what they want to do how they want to do it. I've been through that in the very beginning of my marriage, and you got, speaking from a woman's perspective, you have some women that are so used to controlling the father of the child, especially if they was in a relationship, and especially if that man always kind of respected her. You got some women that take respect for cowardness, you know what I'm saying? And my husband is, for the most part, is a very humble guy. He's very humble, until you try him, and that's when you will see a beast come out of him. Or he could go from, that humble guy to incredible Hulk if you take him, okay? But his ex-wife, she kind of knew that. She knew he wasn't no thug type. I'ma bust you in your face, knock out your teeth, and sometimes, people mistake your meekness for weakness. And it was time she had been really disrespectful and said all kind of stuff out her mouth to him. I mean, about me and all kind of stuff, not understanding that regardless of what you say, we still have our own way of how we run things in our house. Now, whatever you do in your house, however you let your kids run wild, whatever, don't try to tell us on this end what we need to do. I get y'all had children together and those children was there before I came along, but guess what? I'm here now. And me being a woman of the house, I'm the queen of my castle. You're not going to tell me how to operate with your children, but to a certain degree. I understand that certain things I got to stay in my lane as a stepmother, but at the same token, you got to stay in your lane as his ex-wife. You don't get to decide, how I operate with your children in my house. Over here, I'm gonna make them clean up. I'm gonna make them wash dishes. They're gonna be responsible here, okay? As long as I'm not abusing them, calling them out their name or mistreating them. How I handle my house, that's my business. That's the same thing, Tipsy. Unfortunately, this is the man she chose to be with. He don't like TV. He don't want no TV in the house. If he don't like her putting pink curtains up and he wants her to turn them purple, that is who she's stuck with. Okay? This is the man that she chose. So unfortunately, your children have to dance to the rhythm of their beat. That's just how it is. When two parents are not in the same household and another human being comes along, that human being has a major influence as to how, the children are affected. That's why it's very careful when people with kids go out here and have relationships, because your kids are going to get affected by the kind of mate you choose. And basically that's kind of what's going on here. So I understand she's switching up on you, and that's a pain in the behind, and that's very irritating, especially when y'all been on the same accord. But that's her man. I mean, if he tells her she got to stand on the roof, and from what you're telling me, he already got her changing how she eat and Christmas, she gonna stand on that damn roof too. I mean, that's her dude, you know what I'm saying? Long as he ain't, I know that's not cool that the kids don't have no TV, so they can't watch their little programs and they little Power Rangers or whatever. That sucks for them when they over there, but that's who she chose. I mean, long as he's not abusing them, long as your boy's not coming back and saying, daddy, he putting his hands on me, he's hurting me. It sucks. Believe me, I feel you. It sucks your kids are getting affected by her actions, but we can't do nothing about who the hell the mother or the father of our children who they end up dating. We just can't do nothing about it. You feel me? And you'll get aggravated even trying. You know what I'm saying? This man may have some crazy ass customs or beliefs. You know, he may have it to where, depending on his mindset or his culture, where she may even have to take her damn dining table out her living room and they got to eat on the rug because that's just his custom or something. And she may be weak enough to sacrifice that, you know, just to have him in her life. So again, you know, I wouldn't stress that too much about him, no TV and stuff like that. You know, only thing you can do is when they come to you, let them watch as much TV as they want, because when they go back over there, ain't gonna have no TV. I mean, let them celebrate Christmas to your house. That's all you can do as parents that have children and they are in separate households. Sometimes whatever they are lacking in one house, that's where you as a parent have to compensate for it. You know what I'm saying? If you know your child over there probably complaining about daddy, mama don't hardly keep no food, don't have no groceries, only thing you can do is either you bring them to your house and eat, so you know they eating, or you drop off groceries over there. I mean, either way, that's all you can do. You can't really, ain't nobody got no control over that. I'm sorry, that comes with the territory. I mean, you know, I hate to say it, but and the man doesn't interact with children either, from what you told me. Again, this who she chose. This who she chose. Evidently, what type of male figure or stepfather he could have potentially been to her children. She did not do her research. I tell women this all the time on my videos and vlogs, okay? But they got time to throw shade and all this other foolishness. I keep telling women, investigate these men. And I'm not just talking about on a level of seeing if they got criminal records. Yes, do that too. Yes, check to see if they register sex offenders. Do all of that. But you need to sit down and see what this man's mindset is. You know, I don't understand these, you know, I ain't talking about women, because like I said, there's difference between black women and hyenas. They're not the same thing. These low common denominator broads, they would not sit down and have a real conversation with these men and ask them, do you like kids? How do you feel about being a father to the kids? They don't ask no questions. None. And I think some women do that because they already probably know in the back of their mind that not too many men are really dealing with women who have children. So they'd rather just take a chance and not even ask him how he feels, because she feels like that may run him off. That may make him disinterested. She won't even ask this man, how do you feel about being a father? How do you feel about being a mentor to my children? How do you feel? Because she knows if she brings that up, he's going to automatically get turned off. Instead, she'll move him right on in the house, her house, and won't even ask him no questions. I'm telling you, it's so many low common denominator. Desperation is on the rise. Desperation is on the rise. Women are becoming so desperate. They're not asking no questions. They just want to hurry up and get this man in. You know, they want to hurry up by any means necessary and make this man be a part of their lives without even doing any thorough research, okay? And this is why we have so many problems. These men move into their house, treat their children mean, treat them mean, the children stuck. I mean, it leads to a lot of problems. I mean, you got some hard-headed behind people out there who just refuse to ask questions because they want a man or they want a woman so bad. And that's why we have so many problems. Okay, now that we pretty much summarized pretty much what you said, I hope I answered most of it. Now it's time to give you some advice as to how to handle this. Like I said, my concern is you had to get the kids in the first place. Okay, so for you to have to get them, from what it sounds like to me, there's two ways you could go about this, Tipsy. You either allow the kids to be where they are, like y'all doing, kind of shift the responsibilities, where they be the mom, they live with mama, but they come to you on the weekends and the holidays or whatever, and whatever they're not getting there, you just gonna have to double for it make up for it when they come to you. If they don't have no TV there, she don't do Christmases with them, they don't do festivals, that means daddy is going to have to step in and do all of that. That's all you can really do. Okay, that's your one option. Okay, the second option is you just gonna have to give full custody. If it's really that bad, and you really, I mean, that's the price we pay for being a parent, y'all. That's the price we pay. You know, that comes with the territory. If you as a mother, as a father, if you feel like your child is not in the best situation with with your significant other, with the other parent, this is when you're going to have to make a big judgment call. You may have to fight for custodies. But I'm going to tell you, get ready, because it's going to be a sickening process, and it's going to be a long process, especially if you're a man, because the law really don't have too much favor with y'all. And I hate that for you guys, but that's the way the law is designed. But the court systems have gotten better compared to how it used to be, because you had a lot of women paying just as much child support as men. But this is where you men fail at. What you have to realize, you already know as a man, especially a black man, and even some white men too have had some problems with not being able because of the children, but as a black man, the chances for y'all even higher, as not far as you know, trying to fight for custody. And for those of you guys who got lucky and God bless y'all with the custody, y'all are one in a many. But I'm glad, because y'all are walking examples that it is possible. It's not impossible, guys. You got to do your research. As I say, so many black people so damn lazy. We don't want to do our research. We don't want to talk to lawyers, talk to the system. You got to dig into it, because the system not going to take the time to tell you information that they know can help you. They're not going to sit down and tell you, oh, well, we can do this, we can do that. You got the system is so screwed up. They'll tell you we can do this, but guess what? We don't let them know we can unless they ask us. That's how messed up the system is. They have all kind of ways around stuff, and they ain't gonna tell you unless you ask about it. I'm telling you, it's crazy. Like I said, you have to do like full custody, which means at this point, in order for you to have a solid case, you're going to have to become a secretary. What I mean by that, you're going to have to be king of documentation. You're going to have to get your notebook, write down every time the kids come to you neglected, don't have no clothes, don't have no shoes. She pack them up. She pack their bags, and they have dirty clothes or hardly no clothes. Take pictures of that stuff. Write it down. Write down every visitation. Go to the schools. See how their grades are. And listen to them teachers. Get them teachers to write you statements. Some of these teachers be knowing a lot about your children, way more than you. They know how the mother bring them to school. They know if that child is getting fed. These teachers be knowing all kinds of stuff about your kids. And some of these kids, and a lot of you dads don't know that, because y'all work so much. Y'all so busy, you know, you can get all kind of evidence that this broad is not doing what she's supposed to do as a mother. But it takes you to take the time to, you know, collect all your evidence. You have to write stuff down. You have to take pictures. You gonna have something to prove other than what you just told me. Well, I don't like the guy she with because he got her not doing Christmas and he don't take. The courts ain't trying to hear that. You cannot go to a court with a gun and no bullets in your chamber. Okay, because you'll be shooting blanks. Basically, you're not shooting nothing. You have to go into these court systems, black men, full loaded. They ain't trying to hear it. All that mediocre stuff about she be to the club every night and she spending my money at the nail shop. They don't care about stuff like that. You got to prove your kids are totally being neglected. So Tipsy, you need to start doing that. And like I said, it's to your advantage now. Let me tell you the other thing. It's to your advantage because she's so into this man that gives you full room to start preparing and building the case. You know what I'm saying? Because let me tell you something. A lot of some of these mothers out here, when they got nothing going on, that's when they really a pain in the ass. When they don't have a man and they ain't got nothing productive, they got all day to focus on you, focus on what you're doing. They got a lot of time on their hands to F with you and bother you about stupid stuff. Why you ain't get little Jay this weekend, and why you brought him shoes from Payless instead of mall. They got all day to be nitpicky. But you got some of them in this instance, it's to your advantage. Her head is so wide open Her nose is her nose nostrils are open so wide you could probably park a Range Rover in it. Use that to your advantage. While she's not paying attention, this is the time. Don't even confront her right now. Don't even go at her about you not why you letting this dude change how you operate with the kids. Nah, let her keep getting comfortable, not giving a damn because that's to your advantage. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? This is the time for you to start building your case. You know what I'm saying? That's if you're ready to do that. Because let me tell you something. You got some women, I know somebody now who in a situation. You got some women who get out of sorry space in their life to where they don't even want to be bothered with their own children because they want to focus on this man. So some of them, they be glad when you take the kids. The only bad part about that is that means everything is on you. So just get ready. If you do decide to do full custody, just know all that's going to be on you. Because if she's not cooperating and participating like that, she sure ain't going to do that. Once them kids move in with you, you have them full time, you know what I'm saying? She really ain't going to do nothing. So in this case, I don't think it's that serious where they getting abused or anything. I would just do the first option like I told you. I would just compensate extra for what, you know what I mean? Just comfort them to the best of your ability. That's their mama. I mean, you know, you can't keep them out of her life just because they don't have no TV and the man, you know, he got them not watching TV and he don't do family days and stuff. I mean, that again, that's who she chose. As long as your kids ain't getting hurt and they having a good time with you, that makes you look even better. At least they know when they go to daddy got a TV, daddy gonna do Christmas. You actually earning more brownie points, and the older they get, they're going to peep all of that. They're going to remember how mama, you know, let this man come into her life and change stuff, and they're gonna remember, I'm glad daddy was there, you know, to at least make us feel comfortable, while mommy, you know, desperate behind, was willing to sacrifice everything, even if it meant us losing in the process to be with this man. So use it to your advantage. Next thing is let me see. You know what I said, if you do full custody, you know, definitely file child support. I mean, it's only fair because she can't have it both ways now. You can't not have the kids, but then you don't want to pay. And you got some women, they got the audacity to do that crap. They want you to you know, get the kids. Some of them want you to get the kids for custody, but they don't want to pay you a dime. I mean, and you got some men on the other hand, you know, I like my stepdad, you know, even though my mom never been on that level of triflingness, you know, it was three of us, and basically what he did was, you know, my brother was kind of getting out of control and getting off the chain, and I had just lost an older brother prior to that my mom had from a previous relationship. He had got murdered, and so that made my stepfather worry about, you know, my other brother, you know, my stepbrother, and he had took him in, you know, because he didn't want the same thing that happened to Trey to happen to my oldest brother. So he took him in, and then that left me and my other sister. And I guess we started rebelling because a part of us, our third sibling that we used to being with us under the same roof wasn't there. So we kind of gave mom a hard time, long story short. You know, we started getting off the chain too. So we went up there, and my stepfather basically begged, you know, and said, well, actually with my first, I'm way off the subject, I had that story wrong. Actually, he agreed to give her the same amount of child support as if my brother was still there. That's how bad he really wanted to be in his son's life, you know, because he knew my mom was dependent on the money, and I guess he felt like, you know, if I still give her the same amount as if my son was still there, she won't have no reason to deny me or hold back on me. So that's what he did. He still was sending the same amount every month, you know, just to get his son. And you have some fathers who have done that just because they really want to be in their child's life. I don't recommend y'all do it now, because these women are a totally different breed. They will continue pimping you. They will take advantage of you. You can't do that with these new school hyenas no more. But the old school, My mom was still getting the same amount, but then, like I said, when things got too out of hand, she gave us to him too, and she just let go of the child support altogether because she knew right was only right. I don't have any of the kids. They're with their dad, and that gave her time to get herself together, to get her life in order, and we came back to her a couple of years later, So it worked out for the best. It worked out for us as the kids because we had the advantage of three loving adults. My mom, my stepdad, and his wife. We had three loving adults. So sometimes, it's a blessing in disguise when a child has more than one adult in their life sometimes, So, Tipsy, that's basically really what it boils down to. You have to make a decision. I really think with your situation, you just have to just compensate for it. Until it really get out of hand. Long as your boys ain't coming around with black eyes and dirty clothes and they look malnutrition, like malnourished, like they haven't been eating, now you got a problem. You know what I'm saying? But again, because you may have a woman in your life, or you may end up with a woman in your life that she ain't gonna particularly care for. Kids may come to her and say, oh, Miss So-and-so, she make us go to bed this time. She make us so-and-so. The kid's going to always, because all parents don't do things the same. As long as there's no abuse or anything, I really don't think you need to take it to that level. But at the end of the day, you know what you're dealing with. If you know she one of them broads, you got to take it to that level, then take it to that level. Try to reason sometimes. Sometimes people don't even see where they be going in error. You know what I'm saying? So it's 50-50. It just depends on what kind of broad she is. Some broads, you can sit down and talk to them and can reason. But most of them, they have this attitude where I'm grown. Nobody can't tell me what to do. I mean, they could be the most sorriest parent, but they still don't want no guidance. They still don't want no instruction. So it just depends what you're dealing with. And it seems like right now, she's probably not going to be too reasonable. I think this dude got her nose wide open. But again, I hope I answered the majority of your question. If not, just hit me back up. I'll do a part 2 and address some additional questions you may have. But on that note, Tipsy, I hope everything works out for you. I really do. You know what I'm saying? So just do your research, start taking evidence, build your case, get it together if you're going to take it to the next level. Don't go into a situation full force and nowhere near prepared. That's like, you hardcore and ready to go rob a bank. You get to the bank and realize you don't have no bullets in your you don't have your bullets in the magazine. And here it is, you don't went in there full force with nothing, you know what I'm saying? So on that note, I thank you for sending your email to me. So I thank all of you for coming and tune in with me at Cafe de Paris doing my first coffee chat session. I thank y'all for your love and support, and I thank y'all for the donations. And again, I'm going to leave my email and I'm going to leave my PayPal. Also, I am just want to remind you, don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share my video. And maybe another brother or maybe another woman going through the same exact situation. That's the beauty of knowledge. Knowledge is free. You can always pass it on. It's no charge for my truth. I don't charge y'all for truth. You know what I'm saying? I don't charge y'all for knowledge, okay? It's free handling and shipping. You feel me? So this is your girl, Lady Mocha. Thank you for tuning in with Cafe de Paris. And y'all have a wonderful day. And for all of y'all who are getting affected by this hurricane, believe me, I'm praying for you, asking God to cover you through this whole ordeal, because life is short. Things happen, and I understand what y'all going through is very tragic right now, but just know y'all are not alone. We have people praying for you. And guys, don't forget to please donate to Houston. I've donated. I got to donate a little bit more, because if that was you, you would want all the help you can get, okay? So y'all have a wonderful one. This is your girl, Lady Mocha. I'm signing off.